Hello, Mary C. House parents and staff. Welcome back to the 2017 school year. This is Dr. Catchbone, the proud principal of Mary C. House.
Within it,
and here at Mary C. House, we are definitely making excellence happen.
As well as our
I want to start off this PowerPoint and overview telling you that in place of back to school night and gathering everybody in the cafeteria, I'd like you to take time to review this little tidbit of information. I know that when you come in, you're definitely all anxious to get to your child's classroom and meet your teacher, because that's where the real action happens. 21st century has definitely had its challenges here in education, and so here are some cartoon clips for you to just kind of mull over. You see in the upper left-hand corner, this student is telling her teacher that she is an abstract sequential learner, and that she trusts that her teacher will conduct himself accordingly, according to her learning style. In the top right, you see a teacher handing a student a textbook and telling that student to just think of it as reading a really long text message. Bottom left-hand corner, dear Board of Education, the students here are saying, we are also Board of Education. And finally, in the bottom right, I don't know if there's a better slide that tells it all. It says, once I learn how to use Google, isn't that all the education I really need? Isn't that the truth? How many times have you told your child or somebody else or yourself, if you don't know something, Google it? Folks, even with all that, there's nothing better than human contact and that personal relationship. In education, it is all about relationships and following our district mission to educate and inspire our students to achieve their personal best. Here's one example. These two pictures of my daughter, Morgan Catchbone. On the left-hand side is her preschool graduation, and on her right-hand side, she just recently graduated from this district at Westchester East High School. Part of her graduation present, we took her to Florida to see my wife's family and have a little party down there. And we went out on an inlet, right there paddleboarding with manatees and dolphins, and you can see her there raising her paddle proudly in her Westchester East cap and gown. As I always say, and if you're new to this school, it goes fast. It takes a village to raise children. We really need to aspire to do that. Now to go over some student achievement, I want to be sure and be clear that everybody understands where we stand in terms of the district and the state. I'm not going to read these charts for you. You can go back over them at your leisure, but you can see there that Mary C. House in third grade reading scored higher than the district average and much higher than the state.
This slide tells us about our third grade reading scores. I will describe to you the far right-hand side of each chart, where it shows the percentage of students who have scored proficient or advanced. Therefore, if you look at this chart in third grade reading, 84.6% of our students here at Mary C. House last year scored proficient or advanced. The district score was 81.1%, so Mary C. House students surpassed that. The state average was 62.1%, so our third graders in reading scored well above the average for the state and slightly above the average for the district.
In math, same thing, slightly higher than the district,
scores are shown here.
Well above the state.
Again, Mary C. House had 73.2% of their students score above proficient and advanced. The district average was 71.8, the state 48.5. So once again, Mary C. House achieved slightly better than the district and well above the state average.
Fourth grade reading,
our fourth
again,
grade reading scores
slightly better than the district, much higher than the state.
Proficient or advanced, slightly above the 84.8% for the district, and well above the 58.6% for the state.
Our fourth grade math scores a little bit of work to do compared to the district, but definitely much better than the state.
That was lower than the 72.5% for the district. However, it was once again higher than the state average, which was 44.4%. In
fifth grade reading,
Mary C. House
well done,
were right
much higher than the district and state.
And scoring proficient or advanced at 85.3%.
And same goes for math, which you will see here.
And just 0.7% lower than the state average of 86%. In fifth grade math,
PSSAs is such a hot topic with people opting out more and more each year. Folks, we do not teach to the test here.
slightly
We
above
teach
the
our students to be critical
74.5% of the
thinkers,
district,
good
and again,
communicators,
well above the state
work
average of
collaboratively, and be
42.8%.
creative. Learning needs to be fun. Also, just as a point of reference, the state did change the format of the test about 3 years ago. So we are just getting used to the new formatting and the alignment to the PA core standards. And as always, our staff and students and community are doing a great job. This is probably the most critical slide I go over every year. Parents and staff, it is so imperative that we send the correct message, especially nowadays with public education being in limelight. Folks, if you don't know, please ask. It is well known that in the absence of knowledge,
please, if you do not know something,
people will make up their own.
Just ask. Ask your child's teacher.
What's not here about our children, which is something you've heard me say at back to school night many, many times.
I often say to adults,
when your children come home and share with you about the day, they may share with you a negative thing that happened, a horrific story in the eyes of your mom or dad, and I understand that. I've been there and I'm still there. Please just listen to your child. You know your child best. If it's something you need to find out information, simply reach out to your child's teacher and find out if there's more to it. I always say, if you believe only half of what your children say happens at school when they come home, we'll only believe half of what they say goes on at home when they come here to school. Let's work together. We can always get to the bottom line. We usually do. I always tell adults we model what we say or don't choose not to say in any given situation, and as well as what we do or choose not to do. It sends a message to our children 24/7. We are around children here for 6.5 hours, but guess what, folks? Parents, you have a tougher job because they're around you much more. We need to consider our thoughts because they turn to words, which then turn to actions. So really, how we feel and what our mindset really drives how we are. One thing we're going to work on here, and I hope to work on especially in the age of social media, we cannot have any drama. No gossip, hearsay, rumors. It is just exhausting and such a waste of time. Of course, if you hear something, you need to get the information right. Go to the source, go to the teacher, go to your child, come to me. If there's something you're not sure, before you pass information along, go to where you know you can find the information to be your greatest source. Our parent survey results, which I shared out earlier in the summer, are here.
Last year.
This is what 65 of our parents in 2017 on all the way on the right-hand side said about their child's school experience as it relates to the staff here.
You can see this column here.
And if you look to the left, you see it's compared to the 2016 scores, 2015 scores, and all the way back to 2014. And you can see how many people responded as well each year. On the far left-hand side, you can see how Mary C. House did compared to the district responses at the elementary level. So if you like, you can look at the far left and the far right to look at a comparison between Mary C. House results and district elementary results.
You can look at the 2015 district responses and see how our results compare to the overall district responses of all 16 schools in our district. The first statement, I am satisfied with the experiences my child receives from his or her teacher. At Mary C. House last year, 90% of parents believe, strongly agree, or agree. That was up from the 85% the previous year, and it's higher than the district percentage of 82%. I have access to my child's teacher when I feel a need for a conference. 94% of parents at Mary C. feel they have access, up from the 89% the previous year, higher than the 84%, which was the district average. I am satisfied with the services my child receives from his or her principal. At Mary C. House, 92% of parents agree or strongly agree, up from 83% from the previous year, and higher than the district percentage.
You can see here, here's descriptions of child's school experience as it relates to instruction. Mary C. House does very well. And folks, we can't do this without the support of you, the parents.
Higher than the 83% the previous year.
So while this information looks wonderful, please understand that without a wonderful PTO, without incredible volunteers, and without your communicating with the teachers and teachers communicating with you to help educate and inspire our students, we could not do this.
The staff take the time to help my child achieve their personal best, 88%. Mary C. House parents, higher than the previous year at 70, and higher than the district. My child's academic goals are clearly communicated. 92% of parents agree or strongly agree that this occurs, higher than 72% and the 85 in the district. 90% of parents believe the school keeps them well informed of their child's academic progress, higher than the previous year, same as the district. 93% of parents are comfortable raising a concern or issue with the teacher, higher than the previous year, higher than the district. And 92% of parents are comfortable raising an issue or concern to the administrator, higher than the previous year, higher than the district.
As far as the school climate, again,
parents believe the school is a safe place for their
so important that our children feel safe and secure here at school.
Than last year's
and they feel supported and that it is a positive environment.
98% of parents.
We hear the term bullying a lot. Please let us know. Let us know if there's a habitual situation, something that your child is consistently coming home and letting you know.
Believe their child has experienced bullying or being called.
I also would like to add, especially in our higher grades, 4th and 5th grade, and a little bit in 3rd, we're starting to see a little more of that social media.
Over social media, cell phone, or the internet.
Cell phones and everything. We do have a rule about cell phones. They are to be often in the backpack, but we understand that parents, you'd like your child to have a cell phone due to playing activities or games on the bus or just to communicate with you. That is fine. However, no matter what restrictions we put on it, and I'll tell you this from first-hand experience as a parent,
higher than the previous year, higher than the district.
Children will find a way around it. Please talk to your children about this. Be aware. There's changes constantly.
Higher than the previous year, higher than the district. 95% of parents would recommend their child's school, Mary C. House, to friends whose children attend somewhere else. Higher than the previous year, higher than the district. We have a new school-wide positive behavior intervention and support system that we are starting this year, and we are stressing with the students respect, responsibility, and safety. It is our hope that this one would be reduced by teaching our students those 3 areas and all the underlying examples that come as a result of that.
And as you can see there, how does our
district
relate to communication? How do we communicate out? Very positive. Thank you so much for allowing me to continue and our teachers to communicate with you as regularly as we can.
Thank you for
I wanted to communicate this to you in this PowerPoint again. So to save you time, so that back to school night can be more about you, your child, and your teacher. But as always, please, if there is ever a concern, a question, or anything, please ask a friend, ask a PTO representative, ask your teacher, all right? Or if you see me around, ask me. Even if you see me out in the community, I don't mind. I love being the principal here each and every day. It is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the school year and back to school night.